In the headspin exam, we have the three number of questions which are the coding questions that you have to attempt in the given limited time. So the time limit for these attempting the three coding questions is just 60 minutes. So you can shift from one question to the another in the middle of the exam, but you have to attempt those three coding questions in just 60 minutes. Observe the question which is given and try to build the logic for the given question. So if you observe the question, the input is array 1, array 2 and integer k. So here you have to take the integer k and just try to find the count of the items which are greater than k in array 1. And then next try to find the count of numbers which are less than integer k, and just you will get the count in the array 1 and count in the array 2. So now you have to print the maximum of count in array 1 and count in array 2. I mean, count in array 1 is nothing but the number of elements that are greater than k, and count in array 2 is nothing but the number of elements less than k in array 2. So this is the given question, which is first one. So if you observe here, in the sample input they have given some array 1 elements and array 2 elements and the k as 20. So if you read the explanation, you will get to know what is the answer. So in array 1 only one element is greater than 20, so count is 1. So the count is 5 in array 2 because 5 elements are less than 20. So 1 and 5, so the maximum is 5, so the output will be 5. So here I am initially removing the past statement, and then I will take a list lst, and I am considering x is equals to 0 and as well as y is equals to 0 because I will store the count of elements which are greater than k in x and count of elements less than k in y. So I am using the for loop to check how many elements are greater than k and less than k in array 1 and array 2 respectively. So initially I am taking array 1, so I am checking each item is greater than k or not. If it is greater than k, then I will append it to the list. So finally I will after appending that element to the list, I will increment the x value because this will count the number of elements that are greater than k. And next I am using a for loop to count the elements which are less than k in array 2, and I am using if condition item is less than k. If the item is less than k, then I will append it to the list. So here I have to make the list empty. So I should again, before this for loop, I should take list is equals to square brackets because already in that for loop we have some elements in the list. So I am considering the list as empty now. Again I am starting appending the elements which are less than k of array 2, and I am always incrementing that y value when it is less than k, and just we have to return the maximum value of x or x and y. So this is the next question, which is rearrange the array. So the input is 3 lines. The first line is n, which is the number of elements in an array, and the next line is the items in an array, and the next line is integer k. So actually you have to do is you have to shift the k elements from the last and print in the first. Then you have to print in the continuation. You have to print the remaining elements from the beginning except the k elements from the last. You have to print the remaining elements with its continuation. So this is the logic for the given question. So initially I am reading the n as an input which is converting into the integer using the int function, and then I am reading the elements of the array into the arr variable. So that is list of map of int comma input function dot split function. So this will take all the elements of the given sentence into a list of the data type integer. Next I am reading the integer k. Here I am building a logic. So you have many approaches to solve the problem, but I am using one simple way to understand it easily. So I took this approach to solve this problem, but we have many number of approaches to solve this problem. So here I am considering a for loop and printing the elements from the last. So here I am taking array of minus k and 2 colons. So this will print all the last k elements. So next we are considering again for loop to print the remaining elements from the beginning except the last k elements. So this will print the starting elements except the last k elements. So this is the expected output. So this is the logic for the given question, and we will compile and check the output. So in the print function, for the n parameter, try to give a space as a character because every element in the output is separated by a space. Now I am taking the input here and the k as the 3. So you can check the output, that is last 3 elements 8, 5, 6 is printed first, and then the remaining 1, 2, 2, 1 is printed after the last k elements. I think you got the logic of this question. For another test case, you can also observe here the k is 2. That means you have to print the last 2 elements in the beginning, that is 5, 6, and then remaining elements after the 5, 6, that is 1, 2, 3, 4. So your output is 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. And the next question is pattern matching. So if you observe, they have given the input as a string. So in that string we have to count the strings which are like starting with 0 and having any number of zeros in the middle, and next ending with 1. So if you observe the given input, which is 101, ASD 1 and so on 01. So here we have the two substrings which are like starting with 1 and having zeros in the middle and ending with 1, which is 101, and another one is 1000 and so on 1. So those are the two. So the output is 2. So here I am building the logic for the given question, taking the string as the input. I am printing the value by using the pattern count function by passing the string as the parameter. So now here I am writing the code for the pattern count function. So to count the pattern matching count. So initially I am using a last variable by storing the character which is at the index 0, and I am using the I as the 1 because I have already stored the index 0 position into the last. So I am considering I is equals to 1, and I am using the counter variable to count such matching patterns and using the while loop until the end of the length of the string. So here I am checking whether the next character at the position of I is 0, and then I am checking whether the last variable contains 1, because we have to start with 1 and should contain 0 after that one, and then again I am checking whether it is a 0 using the while loop. So string of I is equals to 0. If it is 0, then I will loop it again because there are number of zeros present in the middle between 1 and 1. So I am incrementing the I value whenever it is 0. Again, after completing zeros, then I am checking whether the next one is 1 or not. So if it is 1, then definitely I have to increase the counter value because our string is 101. Pattern.